Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Anonymous Code. In the previous episode, we got a little bit of an information dump. A lot of stuff was kind of thrown at us, especially a lot of terminology. But basically, to sum it up, we've got the Holy Office 513. Obviously, they're after us, trying to do what they believe is, I guess, the correct thing to do, which from our perspective is the wrong thing. And they're after us because we're trying to fight back against them. And they've got agents with some lovely abilities and such. I think sacraments was the term. And I mean, there was a whole bunch of other terminology, but yeah, so definitely, I don't want to say superpowers is a thing here, but it isn't the first time we've seen, wacky characters with abilities in this series. And they're after us. So I think at this point, we're trying to find a way to defend ourselves against them, even so we don't necessarily know what their abilities are. There has to be some sort of similarity as to how they all work, such as how David had a toll that he had to serve if he utilized his power too much. So there's bound to be some similarities, a way that we can win against them when the time comes that we have to face off against another one of the wacky characters coming from the Holy Office. After our talk with Nono, we went up to the rooftop. Oz was there, and he seemed to be building something.
何してんだ? それ望遠鏡だよな。
天体観測の準備で。
Oh, okay. Well, it's all weird to be stargazing during the daytime. I didn't think you'd be into that kind of thing. All right, what do we got in the news here? Protests all over the USA demand disposal of U.S.-Japan's joint space guard system. Many fears second sad morning. Okay. Oh yeah, we also learned a little bit more in regards to the origins of sad morning. We also got to learn a little bit more about the origins of our, present day Momo, which was a little surprising. But there were some gaps in terms of, well, how did this character come from the 1920s all the way here to the 2030s, something had to have happened. And it was a little unclear originally, and it definitely was not Cold Sleep.
星が好きなんですか?
ああ。だが星だけじゃねえ。宇宙のすべてが好きなんだよ。
Oh yeah?
素敵ですね。
Oz stopped working, and he was charmed by Momo's comment, was he?
要件は何だ?
知恵を貸していただきたいんです。
Oh, alright.
私が何なのか知りたくて。
I also kind of want to learn who Momo is, because there's also the great possibility that she is not really a person at all.
これは哲学じゃありません。生物学的な話だと思います。それに、明確な答えは出なくてもいいんです。手がかりを得られれば、それで。
I don't think she's robotic necessarily, but yeah, a simulator was utilized in the attempt of bringing back all three of the Fatima characters, or whatever the title was, or what have you. But Momo was the only one that made it out alive, as we saw from those brief flashbacks a few episodes ago. But the simulator data being thrown into her, what does that make her, The Holy Office 513 had used Momo for her factor, but she only found that out this morning from Rosario's explanation. Knowing that had given her an idea. She thought knowing about herself could be a good tactic against the Holy Office. She could use her factor and her origin against them. I was the one who suggested that she talk to Oz and Miss Lid about it. They had told me some interesting stuff about my saving and loading, so I figured they could help Momo too. And speaking of that saving and loading, I am greatly on the lookout for any opportunity that we can load. I don't think any opportunity is currently present today, especially since if we were to go to our lovely save screen, the last save that Pollon had made himself was a Chapter 5 save. We're currently in Chapter 6, and that was the previous day, so we don't want to go back to the previous day when we were still having to do our lovely David fight. Or at least I hope that we don't have to go that far back. I mean, that's a lot of progress right there. Momo explained to Oz what she had told us this morning, how she was one of the children of Fatima, that's the title, there we go, created in an Earth sim and transplanted into an artificial brain so her factor can be used. Then she talked about how all of this caused the sad morning. Such I guess, a massive disrupt in everything that is holy and natural, you know? And the way that she had incarnated and gained a body several weeks ago. Yeah, that was the oddity there. She just kind of grew a body. And that was pretty fucking recent, too.
何かわかるでしょうか？
世界線の変動かもしれないわね。
世界線ですか？
Here we go. Some very familiar terminology.
エントロピーの増大で、フェイトラインからそれて、サッドモーニングが起きたって言ったでしょ。その話が世界線の変動に似てると思ったの。
サッドモーニングが起きねえ世界線だったのが、起きる世界線に書き換わったって言いたいのか？
ええ。フェイトラインと世界線は近い概念なのかもね。
Well, in that case, I mean, we saw from the divergence meter that we're kind of like stuck between two world line numbers, one of which is Steins Gate, I think. So could that be our problem? There's like two world lines that are kind of like intertwining and doing some crazy dances together. I mean, that could be a possibility, creating some weird ass event like the sad morning. They said last time that my loading and changing the past was reconstructing the world or something. But we're not jumping world lines. Yeah, it's all about events that you cause. So, let's say we did do a load and we changed a very massive event. That should jump us over to another world line, but somebody has to be observing that jump. Otherwise, nothing changes here. And from what I understand, whenever we go from one world line to another, I mean, the observer is basically, like, every bit of progress in one world line will stop so that the other world line continues. It's a forward path. Right? Am I right? Somehow? It's just fucking confusing sometimes.
世界が再構築されるの。変え方はエントロピーの増大でも構わないってわけ。
それが世界線の変動ですか？
Unless what we're doing to the world line is that we are just intertwining it with like other world lines. So therefore, everybody's sort of experiencing the changes. Which doesn't make any fucking sense, honestly. World lines and their connection to the sad morning were interesting to hear about, but Momo's origins were more important. Unless whenever we do a load, are we jumping world lines when we perform a load? I mean, the little animation that we get doesn't imply a world line change, does it? I mean, it's a cool-ass Nier Automata-esque sort of transition animation or whatever you want to call it, but I don't think we're necessarily jumping world lines, because what if we actually don't change any events? Unless it's expected for us to actually change the events ahead of time. I'm just kind of throwing shit at the wall and hoping there's stick here.
ジョーちゃんは地球シミュレータで再現したルシアの記憶を海馬に移植された人間か、ルシアの霊が宿った人間だ。
I like the first hypothesis better. But then again, this whole religious shit can actually, it can come up with some interesting ideas here, you know? Maybe asking a Mumu reader about this was a mistake.
オズさんの仮説は筋が通ってると思いますけど、私の境遇と一致しないというか。
Momo、話半分に聞けばいいからな。
And yet here we are talking with them to kind of get like a serious answer.
正直、受肉は現実的じゃないと思うわ。人工臓器の研究は進んでるけど、人体のほんの一部を作ってるだけ。人間を作れるようになるのはまだまだ先よ。
Then what did we see?
ただ、それは各研究機関が公表してる情報を前提にした話。生務室が技術を隠してる可能性は否定できない。ももちゃんは本当に地球シミュレータで生まれた人工生命体で、生務室の技術によって肉体を得たのかもしれないわね。
地球シミュレータの開発と似てるな。
Oz had told me that the development of Earth simulators was forbidden, but everyone was still making them behind the scenes. Yeah, that Gaia is still like a mindfuck to me. And apparently the Gaia Institution, there we go, was one of the places building one.
地球シミュレートで生命は生まれると思いますか?
I don't know about that. Again, look at the Gaia. Asuma is completely unable to figure out Momo's existence. It just cannot simulate it. It's beyond its fucking technology or whatever. Human genome, what do we got there? I don't remember much from biology, though it was fun. The DNA information of the human body. The project to sequence the human genome started in the US in 1990 and was completed in 2003. That told me nothing.
物質の世界の人間もデジタルの世界の人間も同じだと。
ももちゃんは
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Alright, but what do we need to know? An artificial intelligence system developed in the US at the Victor Kondria University's Brain Science Institute. It scans a person's brain waves, turns their personality and memories into data, and transplants both into an artificial intelligence, recreating the scanned person within the system. It is expected to be able to offer some assistance with the treatment of cognitive impairments. Okay. Yeah, we know about this to a degree, and how it was abused in some world lines way back in Steins Gate Zero. So nice to see that hasn't necessarily happened here, I hope. But that is a really good connection to things going on here, especially in Momo's case.
実在する人間の記憶を移植した人工知能ね。認知症の治療なんかに応用できる技術なんだけど、実に優れた AI で、記憶をもとに本人そっくりに言葉を発したり、振る舞ったりするの。
Oh yeah, we know about that.
実物を見ればわかるけど、アマデウスが物質の人間か、デジタルの人間か見分けるのはほぼ不可能。肉体の有無以外に差はないのよ。
I wonder if it's gone further to actually like exist as like a virtual like little character like what we've seen out of Wynn's girlfriend or whatever he calls her. I mean, at that point, yeah, we have really fucking advanced technology there.
クマールさんはアマデウスも生命だと。
生命の定義について、ジョン・フォン・ノイマンはこう主張したわ。
Well, hold on. Let's read the tip before she spills the beans. John von Neumann, 1903 to 1957, was a Hungarian-American mathematician. He is known for his vast contributions to game theory, physics, meteorology, economics, computer science, and many other fields. Damn, he just touched a little bit of everything. Holy shit. He played all the games. In computer science, he is known for creating the cellular automaton model and has been referred to as the father of artificial intelligence on occasion. That's probably where I've heard the name before. He was also involved in the Manhattan Project, which developed the nuclear bomb. Rumors about that a certain movie character is, rumors abound that a certain movie character is based on him. There we go. I can speak, trust me.
生命とは自己複製の能力を有していなければならないって。
Okay, and that's, I think that is related to the game of life, if you will.
その正しさを証明するために自己複製するプログラムを作ったの。それがライフゲームなんかで有名なセルオートマトン。
Yeah, well, we know about that.
ライフゲームって
I've been displaying my really shitty skills in the game of life. But both literally and here in the game, but Momo reached into her pocket and took out a small device. It was the one Nono had given her at the welcome party. It had a version of the game of life called Life Game installed on it.
物質の心臓が動いてたら分かりやすいけど、そうじゃないし。
I mean, a program that makes a program, and that program is capable of making other programs that can do the same, so on and so forth. Does that work?
ももちゃんの受肉が本当なら、デジタルなものにも命があるって証明できるかもしれないわね。
なるほど。
So depending on the definition you went by, even digital things could be considered life. According to that Newman guy anyway.
ついでにテセウスの船のパラドックスも解けちゃったりしてね。
Damn. In the last episode, we were just getting a lot of like terminologies that are all, fiction. Here we're just getting, taught shit. A paradox related to identity. It questions whether an object whose every part has been replaced can still be considered the same object. Okay, yeah, I've heard of this. There is also a derivative thought experiment that wonders whether the same object rebuilt entirely from those replaced parts should be considered the original. So there was I don't know if it was a side quest, but there definitely was like a very, very, very side character, very much a side character in Nier Automata that you come across. If you guys don't know the setting of Nier Automata, everybody is either an android or a robot. There is no human life really in the game at that point, and or on Earth, excuse me. And you do come across another android, and he has replaced all parts but like his leg or some shit, I think is how it went. And he did bring up the question, if I replace my leg, will I be me anymore or some shit? So yeah, if we're all robotic like that and you replace all your parts through like maintenance, or it's like even a computer. Like my computer now, because I have finally upgraded my power supply, is not the same computer that I originally started, well, not started, but I finally jumped to a gaming computer back in like 2016. This is not that computer. That was my first generation. This, I guess you can call my second generation. It's not the same anymore. Everything has been changed. There's no way that you can connect it back to being the same back then. So if you look at life, can you say the same thing? If all parts are replaced on you, are you the same person?
Huh?
Sorry, I like to ramble. I was just about to ask her about the paradox when... what's going on? I noticed Oz was breathing heavily. He was all pale and his body was trembling. He looked like he'd seen some kind of terrifying monster. What the fuck are you going on about?
幻でもねえ。
おい、大丈夫か？
進歩した科学は嘘をついてやがる。参加型宇宙論なんて愚の骨頂だ。
Okay, he's just really wanting to complain or argue. What did you just bring up? The participatory universe, a theory proposed by American physicist John Wheeler. It posits that just like fundamental particles of the quantum scale only collapse into a certain state upon being observed, the entire universe itself may also be formed by human observation. John Wheeler was also the one who proposed the delayed choice experiment. Love it. All the shit I really don't know.
生きているんだ。物質の世界で宇宙に憧れる気持ちもあの時感じた恐怖も確かにある。
Bro, holy shit. We have never seen Oz quite like this.
恐怖？
天元はね、元宇宙飛行士なのよ。
Oh.
マジで？てっきり刑事かなんかだと思ってたけど。
半分
It's a little bit of everything too. Damn, he's playing all the games as
世界で
well.
初めて宇宙ステーションに勤めた警察官なの。でも船外活動中に宇宙へ放り出されて誰も助けに行けなかった。
Oh. So why is this bringing him back to that all of a sudden? Yeah, of course that's going to have an article on it. On June 25th, 1997, during a manual docking test, the Progress M34 unmanned cargo spacecraft collided with MER's Spectre model, causing depressurization and subsequent sealing. Closing the hatch required the crew to disconnect the energy cables, leaving them short on power. Though they were able to restore power after 3 spacewalks, they were unable to pinpoint, their air leak on the Spectre module, rendering it unusable. I checked the internet, but the only articles that came up were ancient. Yeah, that did not seem like it related at all.
宇宙が危険だって思われたら開発が滞るでしょ。だからもみ消されたのよ。いろんな国の力でね。
嘘だろ。
Wow.
そんなのあんまりです。
ええ、本当にね。宇宙漂流は想像を絶する恐怖よ。
Yeah, I mean, there's literally nothing you can do, nothing to grab onto, nothing that you are able to actually do to like really change your momentum. I'm pretty sure, like whatever direction you're going in, you're going.
破棄された人工衛星や機体の金属片なんかが高速で飛んでる上に周囲は真空。
Oh, that's even scarier all of a sudden.
電源は小型の救命ポットと命綱でつながってたからそこへ逃げ込むことができたけど14年間出ることができなかった。
Holy shit, what the fuck?
完全に正気を失う前にコールドスリープを作動させたそうよ。
Oh, okay, so cold sleep is really becoming a thing. The slowing down of a body's biological function by greatly reducing its temperature. Yeah, we saw this in robotics notes. I guess it really is a thing being used outside of, well, that situation. And movies, of course.
偶然彼を見つけた民間企業が救助したの。広大な宇宙で14年前に漂流した男に遭遇するなんて天文学的な確率よね。
Damn, how old is Oz?
私は数学者だけど、この出来事には奇跡という言葉を使いたいわ。
Yeah, speaking of miracles, been hearing that word a lot. Wow. That really took a turn. That really did. But I kind of understand Oz's perspective there. Everything he went through, it can't just be a single perspective thing. That's real to him. It's got to be real in general too. He fell silent and we decided to stop there. We hadn't learned much about Momo, but I wasn't expecting many answers going in. I looked at Momo to my side. She didn't seem too disappointed. I mean, there were some good discussions to be had where I'm probably missing the main point out of like everything, but you know, I think it was good.
それを利用して何かできないでしょうか。エージェントのサクラメントを妨害するとか、地球シミュレータに干渉するとか、そういう。
Well, she is actually interfering with an Earth simulator as we speak.
ただ思いついただけで。
We just don't realize
具
it.
体的なことはまだ考えてないんですけど。
Even if Momo had been born inside an Earth simulator, she was just a normal girl now. But maybe she could find a way to use her factor. Still, she does have that, like, you know, flashing forward ability to see the events of the day. Even so, we will most likely change things around so that what she sees doesn't actually happen. Which is weird and kind of contradictory. I said that because I had a bad feeling. I felt like Momo was planning to do something crazy.
はい。ありがとうございます。
Her response was kinda off, but she was smiling, and that was good enough for me. I didn't say anything else. Alright.
ディスコーデットでシケーダ3301だと名乗っていたのはあなたですか？すみません。IP アドレスからアクセス元を特定して連絡しました。
Wait, are we talking with the Cicada?
あなたが本物のシケイダなら私に会ってほしいんです。世界を救う方法を。待ってください。切らないで。
I don't think they're the real Cicada. I really don't think they are. Okay, low-key, I had to split this recording session into 2 sessions because, god damn, my stomach was just, like, affecting me, like twice. So I kind of just, like, called it, and now I'm back. I'm feeling good. I don't know how long this episode's going to be because now I'm restricted on time. But you know what? We ball.
わかりません。もう一度連絡してみます。
But I do see the desperation to try and get in contact with Cicadas coming up. After we had gotten Nono to build the anti-sacrament device, we had spoken to Oz and Lydia about artificial life, Momo resumed her search for Kent Korihisha. She was working on that every day, from early morning until late evening. Oh yeah, it's been a few days later. We've jumped in time a little bit here. I admired how dedicated she was. We weren't making any progress, but damn, it wasn't for lack of effort. I was helping her, of course, while...
千葉全域に偽の痕跡を残した。次は茨城に取り掛かる。
Nice. Honestly, there's something about Rosario that's just like... something about her design. Maybe it's how scary she looks, but... I don't know, guys.
俺は山梨方面を進めておきます。
I dig it. That's all I'm gonna say. For legal reasons. Several days had passed like this, with Rosario and Cross either working on our security or helping Nono with her work. The problems the face hack had caused were gradually being resolved. Google announces restoration of their Picket OS server. Yeah, there we go. Progress varied depending on the company and country, though. I heard the IRL accidents were taking longer to deal with than the online ones. But the situation had recovered to the point where you could actually say things were peaceful.
Yo, 暇か?
I think so.
オズのおっさん
We hadn't talked since that discussion about artificial life, which... that really shook him.
体調は大丈夫なんですか？
心配すんな。ありゃ、一時的な発作みたいなもんだからな。
Yeah, that was something.
俺たちの協力者です。
で、今暇なのか？
まあまあ忙しいけど、要件は一応聞いとく。
仕事だ。
Oh.
今週の金曜だ。
金曜日
Yeah, we got kind of a
内容だと思ってんだ。
tight time frame all of a sudden
月
here.
曜、サイバー対策室だ。
Oh.
な
This
な
is
んで
that job security.
もしかしてサイバーフォースドールの。
ああ、その3人組でミニライブをやるらしい。
Why?
防災イベントの集
Is
客
this
が
where our
悪そうだ
tax
から
dollars are
と
going?
上が急遽決めたって話だ。カオルが困り果ててな。恩を売るならチャンスだぞ。
でも期間がな。
ジョーちゃんの件で貸しがあったな。それを今返してもらおうか。
たく。
Well, whatever. It couldn't hurt to get on the CCO's good side anyway. It really was too much for me to handle by myself, though. And since Cross and Rosario had security to take care of, looks like the dynamic duo is back
Momo.
at it.
手を貸してくれ。
いいですか？
She's surprisingly, like, really wanting to as well. I didn't go for her just because she was the only decent choice. She looked like she was interested in all this.
後先考えずに突っ走ろうぜ。
おい待て。我々の目的は世界を救うこと。コリヒサ・ケントの捜索を中断するなど言語道断だ。
Yeah, come on. All science adventure series titles has like a little of like, all right, let's just stop worrying about the plot for a little bit
クエ
sort
ス
of
トを追え
moments.
ば奴には会えるだろう。
Some more than others.
捜索をやめていい理由には
Chaos had never.
世界を救うことは
Chaos Child
中
never.
野シンフォニー。
クエストが起きりゃ、サイバー対策室もライブどころじゃなくなるだろうからな。
Well, yeah. I mean, police work should be the priority over idle work.
分かった。お前たちのやり方に従おう。
早速だが、ここへ行ってくれ。ちょうどサイバーフォースドール
What
が
the
視察中でな。いろいろと話して内容を詰めてくるといい。
Oh yeah, I guess by doing simple math, you can easily find out that December 25th, this Friday, is Christmas.
オッケー。あ、サメズさんによく言っといてくれよ。
任せておけ。
Hell yeah,
お前ら
job
もカオル
security.
の期待にしっかり答えろよ。
Yeah, honestly, like, fuck the hacking shit. That could be a good direction for him in the future. Once this is all over, I mean, yeah, this is kind of his out. And, like, where, like, that's a fucking, like, baller-ass job. Or whatever you can get there. Pollon and Momo left their base at Symphony. A woman atop a neighboring building looked down at them. Oh no, 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 who's this? She kicked the metal fence, and its clanging echoed out across the surrounding area. She kicked it over and over. That's not Juno, is it? Each blow channeling rage. That's Juno. Yep, that's the umbrella.
あの子、どうしてケントを知ってるの？
Oh, she's listening in. The clanging came to a stop. Juno clicked her tongue in frustration before swinging the open umbrella in her hand. And with that, she disappeared. But of course she did. I have no idea how her shit works. Everybody has an ability of some sort now.
決まったって。ライブの演出してくれる業者。
Oh, we just cannot wait until you find out who it is.
きっと情熱を持ったいい業者さんに違いないよ。
Oh, how disappointed you're going to be, Bambi.
だと思った。
Come on, this is like an actual, like, good, like, thing that he's doing. Law-abiding and, you know, legal and shit. And it helps them.
中野シンフォニーズは最強のチームだからな。
でも室長の警告を無視して違法にハッキングしたり許可なく IoT デバイスを持ち出したりしたんでしょ？
Yeah, and we saved the world by doing that.
クエスト
Quite
の後で
literally.
ハッカーってモラルがないよね。
Yeah,
法
come
律
on,
の
yeah, he
中でやって
does.
って言ったのに。
うぐ。
The law is just an abstract design to keep people in place.
他のハッカーとは違う。
It doesn't have anything to do with morals.
結果だけ見れば
Unless you kill somebody.
どっちもど
ねえ、ももちゃん、あの子とよりを戻したの？一緒になりました。
Well, not together like that.
もっといい人いると思うけどな。あんなやつのどこがいいわけ？
You have the wrong idea, Bambi.
考えないところ。
じゃあ
It is crazy how they're like incorporating Bambi as like more of like a important character. Really these three in general, but mostly Bambi.
皆さん、よろしくお願いします。
Which I'm both in favor and really not in favor of, more so because they're kind of annoying, but that's okay. I mean, more waifus is good for people, right? I think. Disaster prevention event, audience age 3 to 12, need attention grabbers. Bambi, I want them to have fun learning. Deadline today. Yep, it is Friday. Time really flew after I took the AR job. Before I knew it, it was wait, hold on. Potential loss of assets by Tokyo Mitsubishi Bank. Well, of course. Class action lawsuit likely. That's not surprising, honestly. It's not really their fault, but I mean, you can always argue that better security could have always existed. Before I knew it, it was 3 a.m. the morning before the event of the concert. I had pulled 2 all-nighters and was still racing against time.
やばい。
I hope we get paid a lot for this.
そう
Or, you know, job security. Sleep was coming over me. I felt like my body was being pulled to the ground.
ダメだダメだ。耐えろ。そうだ。例の動画で。
There was a recording of CFD's first concert on YouTube. It wasn't an official vid. It had been recorded and uploaded by a fan. They had held a crime prevention campaign in Edogawa in September. It was supposed to double as the CFD's debut, but a typhoon hit the day of the event. That is so fucking unlucky. That gives me the impression that something bad's gonna happen today. But that didn't stop them. The winds were blowing hard and nobody was there, but they held their concert anyway. The stage collapsed after their first song, though, so they had no choice but to call the whole thing off. The CFD hadn't done a single concert since then. Yep, bad sign, bad sign. They had their police duties, of course, so they didn't have many opportunities to perform. But I could tell that they put a lot of heart into that first show and were disappointed with how it turned out. That was why Momo and I wanted to help make their second concert a real success.
よし、気合入った。
I went back to work. Right now I was debugging. Once this was all taken care of, all we'd have to do was adjust the stage. I have a very bad feeling for what's going to happen today.
バグ潰した。これで通れば。あ、終わった。
Oh, I love that feeling. I had that back a lot whenever I was programming back in university. You just try to figure out why something was not working, even so it should. So it's just constant debugging. But once you figured it out and everything came through pretty clean, oh, what a satisfying feeling. Asking for Cross's help during the design stage was the right idea. I would have wasted a lot of time handling that stuff alone. Momo had worked pretty hard on the direction too. She'd been chatting to the CFD and secretly telling me about what they wanted for the show. I was pretty sure the result was going to be great.
ちょっと寝よう。
I lay down on the sofa I was sitting on. Oh, we're going to make a save, alright. That tells me that we might have to load at some point. If something went wrong, I would just go back here. Smart.
おやすみ。
Are we going to get some sleep? Or are we going to get rudely awoken? I went to Symphony early. Nope, looks like we're okay. So I can meet up with Momo. I'd slept a lot, so my mind was pretty clear.
ポロンさん、おはようございます。
おはよう。
I guess if we ever want the feeling of sleep, we could just reload, and we'll just go right to sleep. Symphony's door opened. and Momo and Rosario walked in.
Oh.
They weren't staying at Symphony anymore. Now that our security had been improved, they figured it was safe to stay in hotels around Nakano. Symphony didn't even have a shower or a washing machine, so this must have improved their quality of life by a whole lot.
ポロンさん、作業の方は
ギリギリなんとか。結局4時までかかったよ。
Yeah, no quest yet.
すみません。私もシステムを組めれば。
いや、モモのおかげで終わったんだ。演出面を任せてシステム構築に集中できたのは本当良かった。演出自体もいい感じになったしな。俺じゃあのクオリティは出せない。
Yeah, they worked out pretty
モモ
well
に入って
together
もらって
then.
大正解だったよ。
Another success for the dynamic duo of Anonymous Code.
高岡くん、今日のライブ楽しみにしてるからね。
お、来てくれんのか。
高岡くんと相崎さんのラブラブ共同作業の成果をこの目に収めなきゃじゃん。
Why is it lovey-dovey cooperation?
中野シンフォニーズとしても久々
Why
の
can't
仕
it
事
just
だ
be
しね。
cool cooperation?
まあな。
We'd all been doing odd jobs to get by, but we hadn't gotten real work like this in about a month.
ところで、相崎さんにはあげたの？
あげたって何を？
クリスマスプレゼント。
Uh-oh.
今日は待ちに待ったクリスマスだよ。
あ、ゆっくりしよう
Nope,
ぜ。
I guess we can't jump for that.
嘘、忘れてたの？だからずーっともで彼女作ったらって言ったじゃん。クリスマスプレゼント忘れちゃうなんて彼氏失格だよ。
彼氏じゃねえし。今は
Nope,
平
still,
和だ
still
ろ。
not a time to jump.
ああ。
I think that'd be smart. Jump back, get her a gift, you know, at like 3 in the morning.
後で用意するって。ライブが終わってからとか。
そんなのダメダメ。クリスマスプレゼントは25日の朝にあげるって決まりなんだから。なんなら24日の夜からずーっと一緒にいるべきなんだからね。
マジか。
Damn, we've really fucked up then. I had no idea, therefore we gotta
適当
jump.
に出しただろ。
じゃあ今後のために僕からアドバイス。クリスマスプレゼントは値段が張るものがいいよ。ちょっといいアクセサリーとかちょっといいカバンとかね。
なるほど。
In the past, I've always gone for jewelry, I think. All Wind had was a VFF girlfriend, but he still knew way more about this stuff than I did. A nice accessory, huh? An accessory would probably suit her. Shit, how did I forget such an important event? Alright, time to
そ
jump.
うか。
Yeah, there we go. If you hadn't mentioned this, I would have totally forgotten about it. Damn, I feel dumb as hell. I've got the save I just made. If I use it, I can get Momo her present in time. Yeah, this is the way. See, guys, I'm learning that there's like these little like moments that we can grab onto and we can just do a quick jump on over. Unless this is actually going to be extremely detrimental and I'm just fucking stupid and I just kind of like soft locked us.
ポロンさん、おはようございます。
Which I highly doubt.
おはよう。
Symphony's door opened and Momo and Rosario walked in.
モモ、これを受け取ってくれ。
Okay, don't say it like that though. I gave her the thing I had ordered. It arrived just a while ago. I'd asked the place to wrap it nicely too, obviously.
開けてみてくれ。
Momo carefully unwrapped it, revealing a black box the size of her palm. Inside it,
ネックレスか。
nice. Jewelry is just the way to go, I'm telling you.
モモに似合うと思ってさ。
ありがとうございます。でも、急にどうしたんですか？
ごめん。理由を話してなかったよな。
I cleared my throat and
メリークリスマス。
spoke with a great big smile on my face.
は、
Oh, wait, hold on, religion, fuck. That wasn't the response I was expecting. Actually, there was a kind of an intense air about Momo. It wasn't like her at all. What the
ポ
hell?
ロンさん、座ってください。
Oh no, of course, the fucking one time that I do the silly ass jump. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be for a good thing. I went to the nearby chair.
正座に決まってるじゃないですか。
Fuck. Oh. Holy shit, what the hell? I dropped immediately to my
キ
knees.
リスト降誕を祝う日にどうして贈り物なんてしちゃうんですか？
What? That's a normal oh, that's right. She's from the past.
クリスマスって言えばプレゼントだし。
そんな考えはゴミ箱にポイしてください。今のクリスマスは商業主義に侵された贅沢お化けなんですよ。
All right. You're not wrong.
子供におもちゃをあげるとか 恋人にブランド物を渡すとか、そんなのキリストと関係あるわけないじゃないですか。関係あるわけないじゃないですか。
Can we jump back and undo this shit?
モモ、その辺で。
ロザリオは黙っててください。商業主義化を加速させたいんですか。
ごめんなさい。
God damn, Momo was scary.
クリス
Scarier
マ
than
スは私
Rosario.
が守ります。無知は絶対に許しません。
Shit, I felt like crying. I could have figured this out if I had just thought about it a little. How did I... Time to jump. Time to fucking jump. I've got the chance to redo this. This shitty Christmas has to go. I'm gonna do things differently and make things right. Well, at least we had the option to go back one more time. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Whoopsies. Yeah, forget that whole idea. Fuck Christmas, am I right?
おはよ
What? Huh? Momo and Rosario looked around Symphony in surprise. We're actually tackling this from another angle. I'd updated Symphony's regular decor to make it more Christmassy. The decorations were all AR though. Yep. Physical ones would have been nice, but there was no time to grab any. That's why I bought an AR decoration set online and set it up around the place. I could honestly say that I had tried, but to be real, it felt kind of rushed. If it wasn't good enough, I'd just have to load again and...
すごい。これ AR なんですね。
Yep. As Momo touched the Christmas tree and the decorations, she smiled.
すごく綺麗です。
同感だ。
マジで。
お店の雰囲気にも合っていていいと思います。なんだか懐かしい感じがしますね。
ああ、言われてみれば。
I hadn't noticed it while I was putting up the decorations, but they match Symphony's retro interior. Honestly, it is nice. It felt like an authentic Christmas. Well, it wasn't like I knew what a proper Christmas was like.
仕事ですごく忙
Yeah,
しかったは
especially
ずなの
so.
に、こんなことまでできちゃうなんて。ポロンさん、素敵だと思います。
Her reactions to this Christmas and the last one were like night and day. I'd kind of rushed it, but I'm glad I did all this.
今日のライブ
Yeah,
の
this is
準備、
better. This
す
is
ごく
better.
頑張れそうです。最後まで一緒に突っ走りましょうね。
ああ。
Rosario went back to working on the security while Momo and I went to the concert venue. It kind of sucks that it does seem Rosario's efforts are kind of in vain because we are being listened in
さっき
on,
言ってたところの
which
文字
is
サイズを調整してみた。
greatly disappointing, but whatevs. All right, we will wrap it up there. I can actually save and end this episode for real this time instead of, you know, experiencing stomach problems during my recording session. Yeah, that actually sucked. I was slightly in pain, but we all good now. But all right, thank you all for watching this episode. I've got nothing to say because I can barely remember anything from the first half of this episode. That was a completely different recording session. So I'm going to quickly get this episode out. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you all in the next episode. Take it easy.